Top 10 Best Dirty Anime on Netflix right now. Netflix has been amazing so far, offering a lot of animes that can be watched by anime fans far and wide. Some of these animes include the amazing classics like Death Note, Bleach, and Naruto. However, anime fans are also wondering if Netflix has some animes that are meant for personal viewing, if you know what I mean. In this video, we will be giving you the top 10 best dirty anime on Netflix right now. So you can go on Netflix and check out these animes to watch all by yourself. Now, let's get started. Number 10, Konosuba. Starting off this list, we have this anime which has a few ecchi scenes but a lot of comedy. I personally loved this show when I watched it, and I'm sure you will too. After dying a laughable and pathetic death on his way back from buying a game, high school student and recluse Kazuma Sato finds himself sitting before a beautiful but obnoxious goddess named Aqua. She gives him two options: continue to heaven or reincarnate in every gamer's dream, a real fantasy world. Choosing to start a new life, Kazuma is tasked with killing the Demon King who is terrorizing villages. However, before he goes, he can choose one item of any kind to aid him in his quest. And the future hero selects Aqua. But he has made a grave mistake. Aqua is completely useless. This marks the beginning of their misfortunes, as it turns out that living in such a world is way different from how it's played in games. Number 9, Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. This anime is quite old, being produced and released between October to December 2010. It is, however, still available on Netflix and contains some interesting fan service. The story revolves around the exploits of the Anarchy sisters, Panty and Stocking, angels who are kicked out of heaven due to their bad behavior. They are sent to the Daten City, a pun on the Japanese word datenshi for fallen angel. This is a place between heaven and hell designed by evil spirits referred to as ghosts. The sisters take refuge under the care of the Reverend Garterbelt. Under his watchful eyes, the sisters are tasked with using their ability to transform their lingerie into weapons and using them to destroy malicious ghosts. By doing so, the sisters earn heaven coins. With this, they intend to one day buy their way back into heaven. However, Panty and Stocking are constantly sidetracked by their respective interests in men and sugary sweets. Number 8, Demon King Daimao. Nothing fits better into this list than an anime that has a harem genre. This anime not only falls under the harem genre, but also under the ecchi and action genres too. Dreaming of changing the world for good, Akuto Sai transfers to Constant Magic Academy, where he befriends a virtuous ninja clan member, Junko Hattori. They both vow to make the world a better place together. However, the situation turns dire when it is prophesied that Akuto will become the Demon King. As word of this spreads around, the school starts to fear him and Junko's trust in him falters. While Akuto is determined not to let this control his fate, it seems as though everything he does and says only serves to reinforce his prophecy. Moreover, he is surrounded by a harem of beautiful girls who each have their plans for him. With his newly awakened power, Akuto must cope with his constantly growing list of misfortunes and fight to prove that his fate is not set in stone. Number 7, Neon Genesis Evangelion. 15 years after the cataclysmic event known as the Second Impact, the world faces a new threat. Monstrous celestial beings called angels invade Tokyo 3 one by one. Humanity is unable to defend itself against the angels despite utilizing its most advanced munitions and military tactics. The only hope for human salvation rests in the hand of NERV, a mysterious organization led by the cold Gendo Ikari. NERV operates giant humanoid robots dubbed Evangelions to combat the angels with state-of-the-art advanced weaponry and protective barriers known as absolute terror fields. After being abandoned by his father for years, Shinji Ikari, Gendo's 14-year-old son, returns to Tokyo 3. With so much trauma caused by the loss of his mother and the emotional neglect he suffered at the hands of his father, Shinji is terrified to open himself up to another. That is until he meets 29-year-old Misato Katsuragi, a high-ranking NERV officer who shows him a free-spirited maternal kindness he has never experienced. A devastating angel attacks and Shinji is forced into action, revealing Genjo's true motive for inviting his son back to Tokyo 3. Shinji is the only one capable of piloting Evangelion Unit 1, a new robot that synchronizes with his biometrics. Be sure to watch as he defends Tokyo 3 despite of his trauma and oblivious to his father's dark plans. All on Netflix. Number 6. Food Wars. It baffles me how an anime can make cooking and eating food so perverted, but Food Wars manages to pull it off. 15-year-old Soma Yukihira has always helped his father by working as the sous chef in the restaurant his father runs and owns. Soma developed a passion for entertaining his customers with his creative, skilled, and daring culinary creations throughout the years. His dream is someday to own his family's restaurant as its head chef. Yet, when his father suddenly decides to close the restaurant and test his cooking abilities around the world, Soma is sent to Totsuki Culinary Academy, an elite cooking school where only 10% of the students graduate. This institute is famous for its food wars or shokugeki, where students face off in intense, high-stakes cooking showdowns. Greater challenges await Soma as his years of learning under his father are put to the test. Number 5. Kill la Kill. After the murder of her father, Ryoko Matoi has been wandering the land in search of his killer. Following her only lead, the missing half of his invention, the scissor blade, she arrives at the prestigious Honnuji Academy, a high school like no other. The academy is ruled by the cold-hearted student council president, Satsuki Kiryuin, alongside her powerful underlings, the Elite Four. In the school's brutally competitive hierarchy, Satsuki bestows upon those at the top special clothes called Goku uniforms, which grant the wearer superhuman abilities. After being defeated by a wearer of the uniform, Ryuko retreats to her raised home and stumbles on Senketsu, a rare and sentient kamui, or god clothes, which awakes after coming in contact with her blood. It lashes onto her, providing her with immense power. Now, armed with Senketsu and the scissor blade, Ryuko makes a stand against the Elite Four, hoping to reach Satsuki and uncover the culprit behind her father's murder once and for all. This anime was quite explicit, as most of it was done either half naked or fully unclothed. It also has some interesting fight scenes which can be seen on Netflix. Number 4. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. A 34-year-old shut-in attempts something heroic and dies in a tragic accident. Still, in a twist of fate, he awakens in another world as Rudius Greyrat. He quickly adapts to his new environment by starting life as a baby and preserving his memories and knowledge from his previous life. He starts to display magic talent and exceeds expectations and hones his skills with the help of a mage named Roxy Megurdia. Rudius learns swordplay from his father Paul and meets Sylphiette, a girl his age who quickly becomes his closest friend. He tries to make the most of his second chance at life while conquering his traumatic past. This anime is relatively new, with its second season still being released. It is also quite interesting and it's loaded with explicit scenes to add that touch of ecchi to it, so be sure to check it out. Number 3. Devilman Crybaby. Demons cannot take the form of a living host. However, some individuals have a firm will to overcome the demon, making its powers theirs, turning them into a Devilman. Akira Fudo has always had a bleeding heart, so when his childhood friend Ryo Asuka asks for his help in uncovering devils, he accepts without hesitation. To Akira's surprise, they head to a Sabbath. Amidst bloodshed and death, demons possess partiers, turning their bodies into grotesque monsters and wreaking havoc. To save his friend, Akira merges with the devil Amon, becoming a Devilman, gaining the power to defeat the remaining demons. Though it grants him power, an insatiable and primal part of Akira awakens due to the partnership. What puts this anime on the list is of course its explicit content, making it a pretty dirty anime. It is also available on Netflix since it was their original production, so be sure to check this one out. Number 2. Prison School. Located on the outskirts of Tokyo, Hachimitsu Private Academy is a prestigious all-girls boarding school famous for its high-quality education and disciplined students. However, this is all about to change as boys are now able to enroll as well. 5 boys are accepted into the school at the start of the new semester under this new decree. Kiyoshi, Gakuto, Shingo, Andre, and Joe are quickly cast away without having a chance to make any first impressions. Unable to communicate with their fellow female students, they set their sights on something far more dangerous: peeping into the girls' bath. However, the infamous underground student council thoroughly decimates their plan, They find their freedom taken away from them as they are now thrown into the prison school with a 1-month sentence as punishment. Thus begins the tale of the boys' harsh lives in prison school. This righteous struggle will ultimately test the bonds of friendship and perverted brotherhood. Number 1. The Testament of Sister New Devil. Lastly, we have the Testament of Sister New Devil. This anime has earned its position on this list. It is one of the highest rated ecchi animes ever. The plot revolves around Basara Tojo, a high school student of Hijiragasaka Academy. His father Jin remarries and Basara quickly finds out he has 2 cute stepsisters, Mio and Maria Naruse. However, he finds out that both sisters have been deceiving him and his father, and they are actually from the demon clan while he is from the clan of heroes. Mio, being the demon princess, tries to force a master-servant pact with Basara, but Maria, a succubus, has other plans. Basara ends up being the master, always ending up in erotic situations while trying to protect Mio from the demons chasing her. If you've seen this anime, you will definitely understand why it's number 1 on the list, and you can watch it on Netflix too. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of this video. That was our list for the top 10 best dirty anime on Netflix right now. Be sure to give us a like if you enjoyed this video, and click the subscribe button along with that bell icon to get notified when we drop more videos like this. Stay tuned for more amazing content from us, and we'll be seeing you in the next one, fellow geniuses.